By now you should have completed the little quiz on molecular substances. If you haven't done so, please do so. There's a video on the slide preceding this one on the presentation that you might want to have a look at as well. Now what we're going to look at today is giant covalent substances. These are covalent substances made up from a huge number of atoms, and the atoms are bonded by these strong covalent bonds in what's described as a continuous network. That means they just go on and on and on in 3D in some cases, or just in 2D in one case. So the key examples you need to know are diamond, graphite, and these are the two you'll be focusing on in the worksheet that's coming up, and silicon, which has exactly the same structure as diamond, which is no surprise really because it's in exactly the same group of the periodic table as carbon, and silicon dioxide, SiO2, sand. Sand also has a diamond-like structure, but obviously it's a little bit different in that there are oxygens in the structure as well as just silicons. Now here is an instance of where we've got one of these empirical formulas, simplest formulas. SiO2 makes you think it's a small molecule, but it isn't, it's a giant molecule. The actual formula of sand is a multiple of SiO2. It may be something like Si 100O200 for a small sample of sand, or something like that. Now these substances are not described as molecules because a molecule has a fixed formula, like H2O, CH4. What I want you to do is complete the worksheet on the different forms of carbon. Okay, 4 forms of carbon you need to look at are diamond, graphite. You also need to look at Buckminster fullerene, known as a buckyball, and also you need to look at graphene. Now to help you, there's a couple of bits of information on this slideshow. Okay, and you can open up the slideshow as you're doing the worksheet. There is also some further information. There's a video on graphene there, you can see. There's also some further information that's a really good level on BBC Bite Size, and also if you go onto my website you will find some free science lesson videos which will also help you complete the worksheet. Okay, when you're completing the worksheet you should just need to click on a text box or on one of the boxes, and a text box will come up for you to type into. Okay, you may need to reduce the font size if you want to type quite a lot in the box, but it should be fully editable. There are a couple of spots where you do not need to enter anything, and there are just a couple of X's in the boxes to indicate that you don't need to know anything about that. Okay, so that's enough from me. You need to get cracking on that worksheet and make sure you complete it ready for next lesson, where there'll be a quiz on the forms of carbon, and then you'll be looking at polymers.